So this is the second story about Gayatri's origin, and this is mentioned in Varaha Purana. So once Indra was in the Swargaloka, and we all know how beautiful the Swargaloka is, and he was feeling very proud that this beautiful world belongs to him. So he was walking around admiring everything. At that time, Indra's teacher or Deva's guru, Brihaspati, came, and he saw Indra. Indra did not acknowledge Brihaspati. Indra was so lost in admiring all the beautiful things he has and feeling proud that they all belong to him, that Indra did not acknowledge Brihaspati. Brihaspati felt very insulted, and so he disappeared. So once Brihaspati disappeared, the Devas were without any guru. So the Deva Guru is the one who will advise them in terms of war, protection, all matters. They'll do what the teacher says. Now suddenly the teacher has disappeared, and now they have war with the Asuras, etc. The Devas were not able to strategize and they were losing the war. So now Indra decided he had to have some guru, otherwise this is not going to work very well. So he ran to Brahma and he said, Brihaspati has disappeared. Now we are without a teacher. Brahma, please suggest some way out of this. So then Brahma said, you go talk to Vishwarupa, who is the son of Twasta. Ask him to be the Devaguru. So immediately Indra went to Vishwarupa and asked him whether he could be the new Devaguru. He readily agreed, and because of that, now the Devas had a guru. And Vishwarupa started advising them in all the wars, and the Devas started winning again. In fact, they not just won, they were doing extremely well. So they were getting more and more powerful, and people who were the enemies were afraid of. So things were going very well. And Vishwarupa is a son of Twasta. And so by his father's side, he belongs to the Devas clan, right? So he's on the side of Devas, if you will. But on his mother's side, his mother is a demon. So she is a Asura. And therefore, he belongs to the Asura clan also. So he's someone who's both on the side of Devas and Asuras. But he's now the Deva Guru. So if he tells anyone that he has some connection with the Asura side, then he cannot be the Deva Guru anymore. Therefore, he kept that a secret. But he had some affinity towards the Asuras. So whenever he conducted the sacrifices, what he would do is, he'll give the share in that sacrifice to both Devas and Asuras. Generally, if you see any sacrifice that's done, whatever is put in that fire, that is going only to the Devas. And then all the Devas will split amidst themselves. And that is the way they keep their strength and power. So it is a cycle. So the Devas will take care of the universe. In return, the people will do all these sacrifices and thank them, and whatever is put in that sacrifice will go back to the Devas, which will give them the power to do their jobs effectively. So that's the cycle. So if somebody else takes a share, they are getting less then. So that was not acceptable. Everything that's put in the sacrifice had to go to the Devas, but they realized this Vishwarupa was doing this on the side, and he was keeping it a secret, and Indra came to know about it. As soon as Indra got to know about it, he got very upset. He said, how dare you give the share that belongs to us to the Asuras, and so far you've been pretending to be our teacher, and I don't know when you were planning to betray us. And Indra, out of his anger, without thinking, simply cut off the head of Vishwarupa. And as you can imagine, that's a great sin. Teacher is like God, and that's not supposed to be done. And even otherwise, killing anyone is a sin, but killing a teacher is a serious sin. So Indra was going to get impacted because of that. But Twasta, who is the father of Vishwarupa, was really mad. Now he wanted to avenge the death of his son. And he couldn't believe that the disciples of his own son would do such things. So now Indra became his target, and he wanted to make sure that he takes a revenge for killing the son. So Twasta started to do a big sacrifice, and his idea was to create a demon out of it. And this was a demon called Vritrāsura. And this demon was like a dragon, right? So he had a most terrible form. Nobody could even just look at him. And he had the ability to swallow anything. So Vritrāsura was created by Twasta. And after the sacrifice, Vritrāsura came out of it, and he considered Twasta his father, and therefore Vishvarūpa was supposed to be his brother. So Vritrāsura came out and said, "Father, please tell me what I'm supposed to do." And then Twasta told him, "Your job is to take revenge on Indra for killing your brother. So only when you avenge your brother, I can find peace." So now Vritrāsura's mission was to kill Indra. That's his goal. So Vritrāsura now started to bother the devas. He was constantly creating some trouble or the other. And one thing that he did is he took all the water, all the rivers in the earth, and he stole all of them, and he created a very strong fortress and put all the rivers inside that. Now, if you see, Indra is the sky, right? So the water cycle is very important, and rain is very important for the earth. So it was directly impacting their ability to do their jobs. If all the rivers are gone and they're all stolen, then there cannot be any rain. So that's a problem. So Indra had to deal with it, and he didn't know what to do with this Vritrāsura. Everybody was very scared of Vritrāsura because if you go anywhere near him, he'll swallow the people. And he is dragon-like, he is a terrible form. So it was very hard to manage him, and simple wars would not work. It's not like you can go fight in a battle with him. So now Indra, as usual, ran to Brahma and said, "We don't know what to do with this Vritrāsura. He's stolen all the water, and now the universe is struggling and the earth has no water." So then Brahma also could not think of any way, and he went to Vishnu. So here Indra and Brahma, everybody went to Vishnu, and they asked Vishnu, "What's the way out?" And then Vishnu thought about it for a while, and he said, "You know what? These people are avenging the death of their brother. And if you see, the brother was also unfairly killed. Maybe Indra could have spoken to him or something like that, but they were unfairly killed. So to a certain extent, the enemy has a righteous cause that they are pursuing. So that's why you're not able to kill them in a normal battle, because on the Indra's side, they did the wrong, right? They wronged the Vishvarūpa and Twasta." So he said, if we have to win over this, only a selfless action can create that outcome, right? If you have to get out of this Vritrāsura. So if a rishi gives their bones, I can make a weapon out of that bones, and then you can use that Indra to win the demon. Now Indra was a bit shocked. How can you go to any rishi and you cannot kill any rishi? Or already he is suffering the impact of killing a sage like Vishvarūpa. So now he is wondering who will be selfless that they will come forward to donate their bones to make a weapon. At that time, there was a Maharishi called Dadichi who came to know about it. And so Maharishi Dadichi said, "I will give you the bones. You go kill Vritrāsura and restore all the waters of the world." So then they all thanked Maharishi Dadichi. And Maharishi Dadichi was constantly praying to Vishnu. So he had a very powerful aura around him, and his bones, his body was all powerful because of that mantra chanting. So then Maharishi Dadichi gave all his bones, and they gave it to Vishnu, who made a sword out of it. And then they went, the Devas and Vritrāsura's side went and fought. And with that, Indra was able to use the weapon that was made out of Dadichi's bones, and he was able to kill Vritrāsura. Even then, as Indra went close to Vritrāsura to kill him with the sword, even though Vritrāsura was impacted and was about to die, he was still managed to swallow Indra. And then Indra, with Dadichi's sword, cut open the head of Vritrāsura, and he jumped out of one of the heads. So this way Indra was able to kill Vritrāsura, and as soon as Vritrāsura died, all the fortress collapsed and all the waters of the world were restored. So this whole episode is done. But it turns out that Vritrasura had a wife called Vetravati. Vetravati is also a river. And therefore, there was a baby born for both of them, and it's called as Vetrasura. Now, Vetrasura started to avenge the death of his father Vritrasura. So he now has become a menace for Devas, and he is causing a lot of trouble. So now Indra is a bit worried. He's thinking, that one unthinking action that I did, now I killed Vishwarupa. So his father wanted to avenge and created this Vritrasura. I managed to kill Vritrasura. Now his son wants to avenge his father's death. So this seems to be a continuous cycle, and he didn't know what to do. He was worried. He went to Brahma, and even Brahma was very stunned. He didn't know that this is continuing. At some point you have to put an end to this. He didn't know how this will stop, because you can figure out some other weapon to kill Vetrasura, but it seems to be a continuing cycle. So then he was wondering what it is that he had to do, and this time they again went to Vishnu, and Vishnu said, for this time with Vetrasura, because it's a continuing revenge cycle, a simple battle won't work. And if this has to be solved, we only have to pray upon Shakti. She is the one who can take care of this. So they all prayed towards Shakti, and Adipara Shakti manifested in the form of Gayatri. And she said she would give protection for everybody, and therefore Gayatri fought with Vetrasura and killed him. And that's why Gayatri is someone who protects everybody. So that is another thing, that is manifestation of Gayatri. So that is a second story about the origin of Gayatri. So Gayatri is considered to be Gayatri in the morning, Savitri in the afternoon, and Saraswati in the evening. So that's why we do, anyone who does Gayatri mantra chanting with the Sandhyā Vandanam, they'll do 3 times. So she's supposed to be manifested as a 3 deities in all the forms. So that's all for today. Thank you.